Hey guys, it's Patrice Geyser, head coach of Seneca Men's Soccer, part of the Vaughan Men's High Performance. You are listening to the Football Weekly podcast.
Joe, I can't believe it. Season 8 is upon us. This means that the football season has started and started well for some.
Well, I think you're 3 for 3. Last year at this time, you were 0 for 3. You told me you were going to get relegated, and this year you're top of the league, Reggie. Top of the league. Top of the league.
It's early days, but it feels good. It feels good to do a show when you're coming off a win, 3-0 today at Bournemouth.
I'm jealous of you, because I have to stress about Milan playing tomorrow at 2:45
right.
in Bergamo against Atalanta. But today, the Arsenal is 3 for 3. You're buzzing. You're watching. You've watched probably 6 times. You've watched Amazon Prime's All or Nothing on Arsenal. You're top of the league. I'm looking at some. I'm going to get to some of our fans who came to join us today. But Reggie is 3 for 3, top of the league. So we're going to talk about all things Arsenal, Premier League,
Serie A, Milan champions last year.
That's right.
Can't forget that.
Yeah, I'm still happy. But again, back to my critical self. We'll see that. Soccer Maxx. We're at Soccer Maxx Maple with our good friend Max, who's dealing with some customers here. Our good friend Ross, somewhere over here. And, of course, our fans are such a huge part of our show. And we have a few, Reg, we got a couple of hardcore fans.
That's right.
Who are always giving us suggestions. They're always telling us, good things that we should talk about and things that we messed up about, and always giving us new ideas. Vince Mercurio is here somewhere. He's going to be sitting and joining us soon. Vince is always up on our show, and he's giving us ideas. Again, true fan like Max and Ross. So we're going to have Vince join us, and he's going to give us a couple of predictions, and I'm sure he's going to give Reggie a hard time, which is what everybody likes to do on our show, right? They like to give you a hard time. You know what that means, Reggie? They love you. So that's good. But it's Arsenal love. It's where is Ronaldo going? It is who's going to win Serie A. What's going on at PSG?
What's going on at United?
And Reg.
Yeah.
Three letters that we've forgot about. Thank God my good friend Max told me about this yesterday. TFC.
Oh, yeah.
So that was Max making sure that I remember about that. So, yeah, they played Inter Miami today against an old foe, or old, I guess friend, now foe in Pozuelo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're going to get to that. Reggie, our show is nothing without our fans.
Definitely.
Mentioned Vince.
Definitely.
Our partnership with Soccer Maxx. Look at this amazing sign that Max put together for us here. That welcoming our podcast. Our partnership with Max and Soccer Maxx is well valued by all of us, and so we appreciate that. We tell you all the time, check out their stuff. Come in and see us here, see them here. We're going to try to make this a regular occurrence, and we want to see you guys here. So come on in and join us. But we thank our fans, our listeners, a guy like Vince, as well as Max and Ross, because they are part of our family.
For sure. Definitely. And it's great to come out and, support the local soccer stores and have our fans even show up and show us love in a place that we love. So it's a win-win for everybody, especially when we're talking about giving back to, the game a little bit. We've taken a lot from it. Let's start to give back a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. And again, we want to make sure that we keep having you guys interact with us. So obviously, you'll see us here on YouTube. Reggie, where else can they find us? We know Reggie's usual thing.
So we are on Instagram, football_weekly_podcast. We are on Twitter, Football Weekly Pod, all one word. You can now find us on Twitch. We live stream on Twitch. We are in the process of trying to get onto Facebook Live as well. You can find us on YouTube. You guys know that from last year. And we also are looking into live streaming our shows on Instagram. But that's a lot of work, and it's going to take a little bit of time to set all that up. But we are definitely looking into that to make it easier for you guys to watch us live. So I don't know, Joe.
Well,
there's so much to talk about from the end of last year to the beginning of this season now, even though we're EPL's 3 weeks in. Serie A's, this is the second week. There's still a lot to talk about. We have the Inter and
Spezia game on right now. Inter's up by a field goal, I think, right? Vince 3-0. Vince is giving me updates.
That's about right. So I don't know. Where do you want to start? You want to get predictions? You want to start with what's gone on? What do you want to do?
Well, Vince has been here for a while here, so maybe
Okay.
it's a good chance to get Vince on here with us.
Sure.
Again, probably our number one fan. I'm waving Vince over here. We're gonna get
Sure.
Reggie and Joe's, myself, ideas here and stuff. But Vince has been, sitting here closely. You can see Vince there. Vince, welcome. Thank you, Vince, for being with us.
Hang on.
We appreciate it, Vince. We appreciate it. We're going to get, again, so we keep saying it. If you are a listener of ours and you're, a follower, tell us stuff. Give us feedback. We appreciate it. We want to know what you guys want to talk about. I see Vince all the time on the soccer field, and he's always telling me, hey, you guys should talk about this. And we try to do that. So Vince is always keeping us sharp, and we make mistakes, and Vince gets us, or he says, hey, remember this? So he's constantly sending me articles, so we love it. Vince is a huge soccer community guy. We talk about what it means to give back. Obviously, Vince does such great work. I'm very lucky. He works with my son's team, but he works with the Vaughan Soccer Club, and his son is a young up-and-coming player, and he helps out where he can. So he's walking the walk, so we appreciate that. But now you don't want to hear about that. You want to hear about Vince's prediction. So Vince, first of all, Vince, what do you think about Reggie's Arsenal? We always, what's going on? Is Arsenal for real, Vince? What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think they made some acquisitions in the right spots, and it's what you expect, right out of the gate. They're sending a message to the Man City.
Look how happy he is. Look how happy he is. Look at that. Look at Max. Look how happy Reggie is. Eh?
No, for sure. I think they're sending
So
they're sending a message, right? They're sending a message, and it's what you would have expected, right? And I think last year I predicted that Arteta would have been gone.
He was on your list, Vince.
He was on my list, and I'm glad he's still here. I think his philosophy, the way he wants to play, and the type of players he needs, and it's coming through, right? So I'm super excited. Excited for you, Reggie.
So Vince, having Reggie excited, you want to hear him get really mad now about Arsenal? If you say to him, he knows it's coming. I'm looking at Max here too. If you say to him, of course, Arteta's doing well, because it looks like he's learned a lot from Pep. So he's, you see, I knew he was going to get mad at that one. Pep disciple. So there you go, Reggie. You can't.
Come on, man.
You can't shake it. Reggie versus Pep. No, anyway, no. All kidding aside, Arsenal is playing some ball. They're playing a great style. They're winning games. They're scoring goals. They're getting,
clean sheets.
Yeah, clean. They look good. Come and get your Arsenal jerseys from Max here. He's got all three of them, I think, right, Max? He got all three?
Now,
that
black jersey is something to behold.
Selling out. So there you go.
One is the second one.
It is. So
I think the pink one's going to sell out next.
Look good, play good, right?
That's it.
No, but Arsenal is playing again. This is like Vince says, this is what you expect from a club of that, I would say, magnitude. We'll get to what's happening with a club of that magnitude and beyond is not doing well, but yeah, it's good to see Gabriel Jesus, playing free. Martin
couldn't find a spot in Pep's team though, eh? The genius.
See, always got to go back to that.
The genius couldn't find a way to put Gabriel Jesus on his team. He'd rather play Phil Foden in a false nine than put him up top.
Reggie, you're supposed to be happy, eh?
I am happy.
Supposed to be happy.
I am happy.
It's a good thing Mikel Arteta was listening to Pep in all those meetings. Because look what he's done to Arsenal. We'll let
this whole thing down.
We'll let the big man enjoy.
Vince. Well, you know what? Like the scary thing about Man City is like, look at all the players they let go, and they still got a lot of firepower.
Picked up that one guy, Reggie.
Still a scary team.
Still scary.
Very old.
I would say more scary. I mean, I don't know, Reggie. Erling Haaland might have something to say.
Yeah,
we'll see.
But it will be a great anticipated matchup, right? For sure. That's one of them. In terms of your team, Vince, the team that you support, in Europe, obviously we all support TFC here in this room. I know we do that, and the Canadian national team. But Vince is a big Juventus fan, looking to bounce back this year. So Vince, big acquisitions too. Angel Di Maria, Kostic, and Paul Pogba coming back, and some other guys coming. I'm going to tell you guys who I think is Juventus's greatest acquisition this year. We'll get to that in a second. But Vince, what are your predictions for Juve? I said that they'll finish first or second. because I believe that's what they have with them. I totally believe that. I think they're the front runner with Inter.
Max
Reggie
does
thinks
not-
that you're saying
Max
it.
doesn't like that. I don't
But
think.
Vince, what do you think? That's a team you
Well,
follow. What do you got?
I think the club, like Nedved, the board, if they don't win the league, I think it'll be a disappointment because it'll be 3 years in a row, right? 3 years in a row.
It's
And,
not that bad after winning it 10 years in a row, though.
Well, they're a team that aspires to
Yeah.
be the best of the best in Italy, and so I think they expect them to win. If they don't, I think it'll be a bit of a disappointment. Realistically, I think second or third. I think Inter's still the team to beat. They
I think
got
I
so
can
much
agree
depth.
with that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, obviously, I think you trade, like every Juve fan, you trade a really, a deep Champions League run or a win, obviously, for anything in the league, right? But yeah, it's again,
Should
it's
trade
a different
that.
cycle, right?
You should be happy with a Champions League win and losing the league, right?
I think everybody would be, right? Anyone?
I think especially since you've won the league so many times, it's just
Yeah.
it becomes boring, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. My team doesn't do it, so I don't know.
I know Ross is going to come join us after two with Max, but Vince, are you ready for my key acquisition? As Ross is working away, you're helping a customer. I'm going to say this: I'd say the biggest acquisition and our addition to Juve this year will be Federico Chiesa. I mean,
still
it's
injured,
the
right?
okay. I know what you're saying, Joel. He was out for more than half the year. Easily Juve's most dynamic player because Di Maria's age. I mean, Chiesa is an electric player, exciting, so dynamic, makes a difference all the time. I think if you get him back in healthy, that's going to be dangerous. And you can see where Allegri's going with this. He's got his faults. I'm not going to deal with that. But talk about what he's looking to do. We talked about this off air with Vince. I think you got Kostic, wide player. You have, if Chiesa comes back, Di Maria, and you have that Vlahovic in the middle. I mean, it's scary. Depay might be coming too. So you can see what Juve's trying to do, right? And of course, looking to rekindle Pogba. But Vince says second or third with Inter as the favorite. I'm going to go with Inter as the favorite. You're going to get to my prediction later, but that's pretty
Why do
good.
you guys don't put the champions?
Oh, let's get to that later, Reggie. Please. I don't know.
How would they won the league last year? You don't put them in the top 2 this season? Top 3?
For me,
4?
I'll answer this. I'll answer this now. I
I
think
already
AC
know what you
Milan.
think. You think they're going to get relegated?
Be happy to finish in the top 8.
Yeah.
No, realistically, I think to go in the top 4 would be great again. They really overachieved, and Inter got the slip up, right? So
Okay. All
we'll
right.
see. But am I happy that the way they perform and so on? Even people say they should have done more. I know Ross is one of those guys. I still think it's not over. We'll see, but I still think in that. You're gonna get my Serie A predictions after, but Max will be happy too. But there's that. Vince, what about with TFC? Before we let you go a little bit, what do you think with TFC, Vince? Do you think that they can make a playoff push?
No, absolutely. I again, really excited with the acquisitions. Mark Anthony Kane coming back, which is big plus for the club. But yeah, like next 3 or 4 games are critical, and they need to win. And it just there's now a big buzz around the team now. It's 3 months ago you didn't even want to watch them, and now with the additions of all the Italian internationals and just the class of some of these players, it's just it's super excited. Just
the
to
buzz
watch
is
them.
back, eh, Vince?
Yeah, I'm
and you
really
went down.
looking-
You were able to go down and
Yeah,
into
watched
one
a
of the
couple
games.
of games, and you just see the quality of the team now. It's really coming together, and big game tonight. Big
Huge,
game tonight.
right?
So,
Playoff implications. Reggie, who's your other than the Italians? What do you think? Pass the ball, the Italian. What do you think? We were talking about this, Vince. We've spoken about this. I've spoken to Max and Ross as well. Go ahead, Reg. What do you think is a really important key comeback?
The key from this team now is the addition of Richie Larea coming back to,
Ross is saying 100% in the back. I think he's right.
That's right. I mean,
Yeah.
Listen, you have the opportunity to go to Europe and play in a top league. They're now in the EPL.
Yep.
You take the opportunity, but
Environment. Yeah.
you've got to be able to play.
Mhm.
If he's not, World Cup's coming. He's got to be playing.
Yeah. Good
to
on
make
him.
the squad.
Yep.
And it only made sense for him to come back to TFC on loan. Slots right back into the right back spot. 2 assists, 2 games. And I think the Italian guys actually trust him. I think
I agree.
I don't want to disparage any players, but I don't think they trusted Cozy Thompson to give him the ball, that he would do something effective with it.
Yeah, there's a different.
That's right.
And dynamicism that
That's right.
Richie brings.
That's right.
I don't think we can. Rich, Vince, you were down there. You saw, we watch on TV, but there's an excitement even when they touch the ball, right? And they're looking for him as well, right?
That's right.
Well, before they acquired Richie, you could they had the double threat on the left side, right? And they were missing on the right side, and Bernardeschi was getting isolated. Right now that Richie's there, it's a double threat both sides. It's yeah. They come in waves now, right? When they're on their game, they're coming in waves, and it's really nice to watch.
How improved is Michael Bradley, guys? That now we have Richie Larea and the Italian trio. I just think there's less pressure on Bradley, right? So and he's we forgot that yes, he is a player who's played at the top level. I think his responsibility was just too much. I don't know what you guys think about that, but
unfortunately, I'm gonna I'm gonna bring it back to Arsenal, and
you gotta go back there again. You just can't. You're just so happy, eh?
Buddy, top of the league, right?
Yeah.
It's Bradley and Xhaka have now benefited from
supporting cast.
Exactly. The players around them are better, so they look better now, and that's what I see in Bradley. He doesn't have to do everything, which he can't do anymore at his advanced age. He just has to be Michael Bradley.
Yep.
And that's what he's doing right now, and that's why he looks even better.
Elephant in the room, guys. We'll end it on this. The thing that needs to improve the most for TFC is to make the playoffs. Other than, of course, teams, but in the team, what needs to be better? We know these 3 additions from Europe have been great. Richie Larea, absolutely. I've been singing his praises forever. So have you guys. What's got to change?
2 things, I think. And I'll let Vince go after. 2 things. You got to get Richie Larea back permanently. And you have to get Jesus Jimenez firing. If he doesn't score,
he's got to score.
We're gonna have problems. Because we can't depend on Insigne and Bernardeschi to score every single time.
You need goals from your striker, right?
That's right. You need goals from your number 9.
Vince, what do you think?
No, I agree. They're number 9, Jimenez, Akinola. They need contributions from those guys up top, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, you can't depend on the Bernardeschi and Insigne to produce, because they're going to have off games, right?
Yep.
And you're going to need
your goal scorer to score,
front, right? Yeah. So
other teams realize that these 2 guys are world-class players, so they're not going to just let them roam around the field free. So you're going to have to get goals from other places.
And if they're going to get injuries and things of that nature, I also think, for me, I agree with these 2 guys for sure. I also think the goalkeeping position, I think that's huge for TFC. I think you get
me started on that.
You need more consistency, right? Quentin Westberg's been hurt. I know he was first choice before this. Bono's come in. Yes, Bono can make saves.
Can't distribute.
Last game he had trouble though with that one. It was a questionable goal. So, but the distribution is always the key, right? And if you're giving up the ball, it's coming right back at you. There's a different way to play. So that for me has to, with what both these guys said, I agree. But the goalkeeping's got to be at least solid. Vincent said it too before. Are we biased? A little bit, especially me and Vince. Mark Anthony was coaching our sons before he went for his first MLS contract. But we need him too. We need Mark Anthony to come back and help, with that midfield rotation. We need that a lot. And I think what goes under the radar all the time with this team, and I think it's because he's Canadian, and I dislike it. It's Jonathan Osorio. Jonathan Osorio keeps showing up, keeps doing his job. He's chipping in with goals. So for me, hats off to Oso, because I think he's stuck through and he's here and he's Toronto through and through, and he wants to win here. He wants to bring TFC back. And I think in this realm, I think these 2 gentlemen might agree, is that he wants to be part of the leadership group that brings his team back. And I think that's nice to see because, hey, we're in a grassroots situation. We want the game to grow. I think it's great for our young kids to see that. Canadian kids making the difference. Of course, Richie Larea.
Contract here too, right?
Yeah, for sure. So
they have to resign. They have to find a way to resign him.
Yep.
As well. Maybe I add that to what they need to do as well, with bringing back Richie and getting Jimenez firing again. But you have to re-sign him also. I don't know if that's going to be difficult for them, but something that needs to happen in the offseason.
So we went kind of here and there and end the round, I would say, Reggie. We were going to end with TFC, but we start with TFC. That's okay. That's good, right? Because we wanted to get Vince's opinion. Max is telling us that, shirts have flown off the racks with TFC, right, Max? They're gone. He doesn't have any more, and they want numbers on them and so on. So hopefully we get some more in here. Come and visit us. We'll get them in. But there is a buzz again around TFC. Big game tonight. Make sure you're watching it. I know Vince will. He'll probably be texting me later saying, what, did this happen? Did you see that? So we'll see that. By the way, the Crescito goal, unbelievable last game, right? Amazing. So this is what they brought them here for. Reggie, Vince is our guy. Probably now he's at the top of the heap. He might be at the top of the heap. I mean, Max and Ross are always there, but we got some guys. Vince might be at the top of the heap for the Football Weekly guys. So we're going to keep having Vince on again because Vince got a good opinion. So, Vince, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Vince.
Well, thank you for having me, guys. Awesome, great show, and keep up the great work. Guys put on a outstanding production, and good luck with your Arsenal, Reggie.
Oh, buddy.
He's gonna say, Vince, you got to leave Reggie with a shot, please, or else I wouldn't have a good evening tonight.
Well,
so
if Arsenal ends up winning it, it'll be because of disciple of Pep.
Pep Guardiola's influence on Mikel Arteta has been really a great influence.
Let's not forget he played under Arsene Wenger too, guys. Let's not forget that, please.
Reggie, it's that thing won't let you go. But thank you, Vince, for joining us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
We appreciate it. We love Vince. And again, Vince is, like I said, probably top of the heap. So we appreciate it, Vince. And we'll have Vince on again for a longer period too. So thanks, Vince.
Thanks, guys.
I like Vince, Reggie, because he just gives it to you and it's good. Like we need guys to give it to Reggie because we need that. So that's great. We're gonna have Ross and Max join us after too. They're doing their thing here at the store, helping out a customer. So that's good. Reg, let's get into it. Let's this Arsenal thing. Can this be sustained for you? Like honestly, I know you want to temper it and so on, but how about this? What makes you say that yes, we can continue this, and what scares you about maybe not?
I think it can continue barring any injuries. We now have the depth of squad. Last season, if Thomas Partey goes down, our midfield's destroyed.
For a long time when he was out, which is
what happened. If Lacazette gets hurt, he's our only striker. He only scored 3 or 4 goals last year, but and then we have to play Eddie Nketiah. But now it's different. Now we have depth at every position. And I know we still might be in the runnings to get a striker.
Right. That'd be a good idea.
Maybe another midfielder. I know Tielemans' name has been bandied about a little bit as well. So
great fit. Wouldn't that be a good fit?
Our defense is I heard it about 300 times today how Saliba looks like a Rolls Royce out there. And the only player that I remember being called a Rolls Royce was that guy from Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not comparing the two, but
no, but let's compare the importance. And I think you make a good point. I think any team now that is up and coming and solidifying themselves, the center back position has to be solidified.
You have to start from the middle, the spine to the front. Yeah. And I think they've done that in the last 2-3 seasons.
Oh, we got an Arsenal fan here. We just have an Arsenal fan walking out.
That's it.
There you go. Enjoy. Congrats.
Take care.
So these Reggie's I don't know if we're going to get his head through the door here today, but that's amazing. Again, though, we just had Vince on.
Yeah.
Juventus, Bremer, signing Bremer.
Yeah.
You talk about my team. Oh, they won the league. I keep saying to everybody, Kalulu and Tomori were unbelievable. It allows you to play certain way. Saliba and Gabriel, I just watched them and I'm going, tandem-wise, that's pretty darn good. It's good. You need to be able to play that way. The game is faster than ever. The Premier League is the fastest league. You have to be able to recover. And what that does for guys like, Odegaard, Xhaka, whoever is playing ahead of you, it doesn't matter. There's more, Partey. It gives you a sense of reassurance. Zinchenko, Tomiyasu still in the mix too, Reg, right?
He is.
Today late. There's a little bit more there, right? So
and there's competition for spots now. So you're going to get everyone's best now because nobody wants to leave the team.
Well, two names for you, Reggie. I keep saying this again. Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith Rowe. It's a year, advance.
Emil Smith Rowe can't get in the team right now.
Can't get in the team right now.
That's our number 10.
Yeah. So good or bad? I say it's good.
It's good.
It's good because we
Lots
know
of
the
games
season
this
long.
year.
Yeah.
There's lots of games.
So is that what scares you? Maybe
what scares me is not going into the transfer market and solidifying some spots. We've done well in the market, beautifully well. Spent about $300 million in the last 2 seasons, which is probably one transfer window for some coaches.
But you won the Super Bowl.
And the Stanley Cup. Don't forget that.
And the Stanley Cup. Yeah. Shout out to the Avalanche. Yeah.
So I think the owners want to make it a dynasty of winning everything. So I think they're starting to give the money a little bit. And it's not about just getting the money. It's about spending it properly. And the personnel they brought in, it's just that Jesus signing it's transformative.
Okay. So did you think that this would be, it's early days. Did you think that was Arsenal fandom, were you guys this happy? Did you think that he would be the guy like this to start?
I thought it would have been an upgrade from Aubameyang and Lacazette, which is what you're looking for, and Nketiah.
So then it's already a good signing.
So it's already a good signing that way, but just the first 3 games.
Well, he's playing he's playing like he has something to prove, right?
I just don't know how you let a guy like that go.
Erling Haaland
and his buddy his buddy Zinchenko.
Right?
Why do you let Zinchenko go as well?
Cancelo?
Yeah, but one guy?
No, I agree with you. No, Reggie.
Why do you need? Okay, let me ask you a question. Yeah. Why do you need Haaland?
He's going back to City.
Why do you need Haaland if you have Jesus?
I don't think you need him. I think because my club can't do this anymore, But I think if you have the chance to get him, that's what they did. I think that's what they did. They had a chance to get Erling Haaland. Let's face it, who had a chance? PSG, Man City, Real Madrid, and so on. So they had a chance. They went for him. I think it's a great situation. They weren't getting the minutes they wanted. So Zinchenko and Jesus are now in a situation, especially Jesus going to the World Cup with a team that could probably win the World Cup in Brazil. So he goes there. He's playing with like a man alive. He wants to win. He wants to show. So I think it's a good thing. I think Haaland's going to score goals for City. We know that. He's going to do great. He's going to be fine. So I think it's a good fit. Okay, where's Arsenal going to finish? Today on what is it? August 20th. What do you think? Give me your prediction.
The end of the season or the end of
the season? Where does Arsenal finish?
You're going to be in top 4.
Okay. Oh, Ross is yelling third place.
And I think Ross is correct there, but
third place. Okay.
Am I worried about Manchester City? I don't think so.
So
I'm worried about Liverpool a little bit more than Man City. I think. I'm not saying that Arsenal's going to finish second.
You're just saying matchup-wise.
But matchup-wise, I think, we played Man City the first time we played Man City last year. I think we lost 5-1, 5-0, 5-2 or something like that.
And you were coming into it in a bad spot.
And then the second time we played them, I believe it was 2-1, and they had to get a 96th minute winner from Rodri to beat us. So, it's so funny.
Okay, so what's your
third place?
Third place for Arsenal. What about your Premier League prediction?
It's going to be one of the two that it always is. It's going to be either Manchester United or Chelsea. No, it's going to be Liverpool or City.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Liverpool or City, which one? It's going to come down to end of the season again, like it did the last 2 seasons. A point here, a point there. But Man City, Liverpool, you can flip flop. Arsenal, 4th place. I don't know.
Wow, Chelsea, Tottenham. You're never going to say Tottenham, right?
Never going to say Tottenham, and I'm not convinced about Chelsea either.
I can't. I don't even know. Because you look, Arsenal's playing at a clip where I think they're going to finish top 4. But do I really believe that Tottenham and Chelsea are going to be out? I guess one of them's got to be out. If I'm putting Arsenal in my top 4, I know these guys
has to. Someone has.
Who's
to
coming out? So I don't know.
Has to leave. So I don't know.
I'm going to go with. Ross, you should come and have a seat here. Ross, come here. Let's get you in here now quickly. We'll get you for your couple minutes. We'll end with Max.
Spurs.
So I'll give you mine. So Ross is going to join us here. Ross from Soccer Maxx. You can tell he's wearing the team that's going to win the Scudetto this year. There it is. It's going to be AC Milan. Juventus, all right? Yeah, we're gonna get Max in here to end the show with us, but look what I'm wearing. Come on, Oh, Trezeguet.
Trezeguet, wow.
Wow, yeah. Try if you're an Italian soccer fan, you should know about how much he broke Italy's heart in 2000. But yeah, great striker.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Before I get to Ross stuff, Reggie. So that's your top four. That's it. You don't know. You don't care as long as
City,
Arsenal's
Liverpool,
in it.
Arsenal, and the fourth, I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Gotta give me some Chelsea.
Fulham. There you go.
This guy, look how happy this guy is. Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'll go out on a limb here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Liverpool wins the league. They're still gonna come back and win the league.
Okay.
Man, people
12th
are
place
looking
right now.
I
or
know
whatever?
this is not a
Okay.
good prediction right now, is it?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm gonna go Liverpool, City, Arsenal, Spurs.
Okay.
I left Chelsea out of the top four.
Chelsea stinks though. They
I have
stink.
done that, Vince.
They
I don't know,
stink.
Max. I don't know.
Your premier signing was Sterling. You're done.
I think that's where they're gonna find a bit of trouble. I just can't bet against Antonio Conte. I know you hate hearing that, but the Spurs, I just think that there's something special there. Yeah, I think it's happening, man.
Come on.
Ari Kane scored again today.
How is he turning them around?
Got
Like
a
what?
great point at Chelsea. He's loving this. Got a great point at Chelsea last week at the bridge. Whoa, Tuchel and Conte. Okay, let's do this quickly.
But that shouldn't have happened.
Tuchel and Conte. I know Vince was on. Vince is here at the store. Vince, Tuchel or Conte? What do you think? Good, bad? What do you think? Who was more guilty? I'll tell the
Conte. Has to be. Of course.
Conte was looking for looking to pick a fight. So Vince says Conte. Max, you're going Conte. Ross.
I'm not a big
This-
Conte-
This is, yeah. I think that's why. Okay, so I know.
Where he's gone, he's won.
Yeah, so I know why Vince and Ross picked Conte, but here's where we're going. So Tuchel versus Antonio Conte. You guys do understand that Reggie loves Thomas Tuchel or liked him a lot, but
I did.
Antonio Conte is now the manager of Spurs. So Reggie, who is more guilty?
Who do you think? Conte.
I really.
He ran down the line cheering the goal.
Yeah.
Come on, you don't run in front of the other team's bench doing that.
Yeah.
And then
So-
Tuchel did it back, and then at the end, he started it.
So I think I've mentioned now many times that Antonio Conte isn't my cup of tea either, but I respect him as a winner. He gets results. I am not betting against him. I think Tottenham finishes top four.
Did they get better? Did they get better
I like
this year?
Jose Mourinho. We're gonna get to Jose Mourinho next with Max.
Did they get better?
Did Chelsea
Spurs?
get better?
Spurs?
Oh, Spurs got better for me. They did.
How?
So they squeaked one out. Vince, I didn't see the game. They beat Wolves.
Beat Wolves 1-0.
1-0. No,
How did they get better? It's the same team. They brought Perisic in. Big deal.
it's a big deal. It
Is
a
it?
big deal. Yeah,
In the Premier League?
I think so.
don't know, man.
They had a great front three. Do you need to bring in much more? Harry Kane,
Well, it depends.
Sonny.
It depends.
You're
Depends
just
what happens
bitter,
with-
Reggie.
With Kane. Because if one of those two gets injured, it's all over.
I'm not betting against Spurs, but anyway, I'm not betting against Conte. But there it is. I picked
Okay,
Liverpool. People think I'm
Put him in
nuts.
Fourth.
Okay.
Yeah, but you know that's not gonna. You know that's that.
Yeah,
form
I think
isn't
Liverpool's
be
gonna
like
have
that forever.
Okay, so before we get to the saga at Man United, we're going to talk to Ross. Ross, again, talk about one of our great fans and a guy who always is telling us what to do on the show or ideas, just like Max. Okay. But he is a diehard Juventus fan. He is, for me, probably one of the most knowledgeable Juve fans and soccer fans around. He follows them. I know as much as I get, ruins my days when I'm watching AC Milan. It's the same thing with Ross and his love for Juve. Ross, where does Juve finish? Come on, give me the straight goods.
The straight goods. It's simple. They're gonna be in the top three as well. I don't know exactly if they're gonna finish second or third, but I just can't see. I can't see them winning again.
You see Inter, Ross? Is it because is that yeah?
I see.
I
Inter.
think so
they're,
too.
They're just all around, just well built,
Deeper.
deeper.
Yeah. Second year under Inzaghi.
Yeah, and then when it comes to second, third, fourth, it could be a toss-up anywhere between Milan, Juve, Roma, or Napoli. I don't even know who to go with.
It's
Napoli.
very early, right? So
It's really early. Yeah, you don't know, and you don't know injuries, right? So,
Ross, you agree with my thing of like Chiesa being so vital if he comes back?
huge. If you
Yeah.
have a start, like, let's be serious. If you have Vlahovic and then you have Di Maria and Chiesa on either side of him,
Kostic.
that
the
and
bench.
Kostic is a player who is known not only for actually scoring, he's a
Assists.
great passer, right? So I think, him in behind, I was telling Max earlier too, like they lost Murata. Murata was that second tier striker who can actually pass a ball.
Yeah.
But they got Kostic. I think he's even better. So
because
I think that's a good acquisition.
They're not getting it from central positions, right? They didn't get they had a number 10 type player in Dybala and that. So I think it's from the wide areas. And I think you still have that guy. Hey, you might know him, Quadrado. Like, Juve's still Juve, guys. I'm not just playing games. I've picked them to finish 1-2 with Inter, and we'll get to my wild card team after.
So when's the Inter Juve? When is that game?
Derby D.
I think that's later
Reggie,
on.
do you remember this?
Perhaps in
November.
that's
Milan
Derby.
Derby d'Italia is
Italy. Inter usually plays in November with Juve or something.
Yeah, we'll have to check.
Check that.
Ross, so that's your prediction for Juve. So you're saying like second, third. What do you think they need to do? So what are you looking for them to do? Are you looking for them to do something by Monday's trade deadline? Is it Monday the deadline? No, 31st.
It's coming up. Yeah, soon. Maybe another week, 10 days.
What do you think they really need to add? I mean, I know there's Memphis to
They've added already. What do you think? They've added already.
They've added, but I'm still not happy with completely the midfield they have. I guess he's still without Pogba in the lineup. That's a big loss. Obviously, he's a starter, right?
He'll be back in October or earlier, maybe earlier.
I think late September. Possibly knows when.
So you're okay with the center back situation?
No, I'm not. Joe and I talked about this earlier, Reg. Bremer,
fantastic.
I am ecstatic that we got him.
Ross, did you want to introduce?
Because he is one of the best center backs.
Defender of the year in Serie A last year, by the way. But Reggie, I was talking to people about this. Ross, you might have to introduce Bremer to a lot of Juve fans because I don't know if they knew him, even though they played in the same. You did.
Exactly.
Bremer's great. He's a great addition. But
no, he's a great addition.
You're saying the same thing. Maybe another one?
Bonucci's not going to be able to keep up all season. He's older, right? He doesn't have the speed. He doesn't have the pace. They brought in a guy like Gatti, who's from the second division. I don't even know what to expect from him.
Good prospect, but young.
Yeah, good guy off the bench. I was telling Joe, I can possibly see if they don't grab another type of defender, I can see them using Danilo as a center back beside Bremer because he's got that experience, and I think he can play the ball off a little bit better.
Bremer's a beast.
I just think fitness wise, Bonucci to me he's just not there.
What was the problem with De Ligt?
I like De Ligt, but I guess
you wanted to go.
You wanted to go, or
I think. To be honest with you, Reg, I think they wanted to cash in before.
Absolutely.
It might be too late.
How much did they sell De Ligt for, Ross?
They got him for, I think it was 85. I think around 85 mil or 90 mil, and they just sold him for about 75, 80. So they still did okay with that, right? After 2 years of not winning anything.
I think they did well to get rid of him at that price.
Wouldn't you want to pair him with Bremer?
I don't. You know what? I'll be honest with you. I don't know if he'll fit in with Bremer. I think Bremer is this. I don't know. He's hard on the ball. He wins tackles, breaks tackles,
can
gives up the ball, recovers. De Ligt's kind of the same. I don't see them working together. I think you need another center back who can complement. Like Bonucci can. He's just too old. That's all. Like he knows how to play the ball smart, move the ball to the outsides.
I still say, guys,
play the long ball, but he's not fit. So.
I still say like he can play a pass. Max is doing that, ping a ball sign for Bonucci for sure. I just think you need center backs that are athletic, that can recover, and so on. Reggie talked about his team; those two guys doing a good job. The AC Milan won the championship. Those 10 games down the stretch or 9 games, not conceding a goal. Everyone says Tomori, 100%. I agree. Kalulu and Tomori was the tandem. You get somebody beside, right? You get someone near
with
beside
Arsenal,
Bremer.
With AC Milan, they have that tandem.
You get someone beside Bremer.
All you need is depth in behind there because the injuries happen throughout the season. So you need that one guy to just make their appearance a couple times to help out. But the main guys, those two guys, got to start all season for all those teams, right?
I mean, look at
I think Juve's missing that.
Yeah.
So I hope that they end up figuring that out. My theory is Danilo he can play the outside.
That's a good shout, man. Danilo he gets so much.
When Pirlo was the coach,
I like Danilo.
You see how much he used them everywhere?
Yeah, right? I like Danilo.
He used them as a defensive mid. He used them on the outside.
I like Danilo a lot.
So I think
former Man City, Reg.
He can play in the middle with a Bremer, but has a little more of an offensive.
I like the
push.
call of Danilo. I really do.
Yeah. So
I do that. So
they do need.
So Ross, your top four. If you had to, who's going to finish out of the top four?
Which one
in Italy?
Club?
What are the clubs? I would pick. I'm gonna go Inter. I'm gonna have to say Juve second. I'm gonna have to say Roma third. I'm gonna say Milan fourth.
There you go.
Wow.
That's my
There you
call.
go. There's your prediction. So do I get my Serie A one now, or do I have to wait because I'm a Milan guy? I'll wait for Max.
You want to do
No,
one?
Inter, Juve, Roma, Milan. I'm going with Ross.
That's your top four.
Yeah.
These are very hard on Milan. I don't understand.
No, we'll see. I don't think they'll win the league this year, but I think that
I think I could see Milan even slipping into like third or fourth.
Would you ever say a champion the next season might not make top four, even though they got better?
I don't know.
They might have gotten better.
I think tomorrow, like a big game against Atalanta and Bergamo is gonna. If they get out with a tie, it'll be good. I think AC Milan for me. I don't know. I still want to see that it's the continuity. Can they keep this up? I think Capello said the same thing.
I think Milan's team starting lineup is one of the best in the league. But I talked to Joe about this. I'm scared because Champions League, all the Serie A games, can they keep that same starting 11 the whole season?
Yeah.
And they don't have that much depth. I was telling Joe, they did add a few key pieces, but I think they just had to add a little bit more. Yeah, and I hope they do.
And I actually like their depth because
competitive more, right?
I think that Rebic is like a signing. He was hurt a lot last year.
Yeah, he was.
And when Rebic first came, the idea was that he would play as a striker and a winger. And that's what he's doing now. He's playing as a front striker, target striker. He's tenacious. He can get behind. He can connect. And he can get balls in. So I think for me, I got to trust Maldini here. I said it all of last year. Charles de Ketteler is a good player. I think that's a good signing. There were a lot of teams after him. Adley, who was on loan last year, they kept him at Bordeaux. Is a player who's like the French national team wanted to make sure they secured his nationalism, and his passport. Sorry, and he's playing with Algeria. So again, it's tempered. I have more faith in them this year than I did last year. I do think the lack of trust, the lack of all the pundits in Italy, Reggie, are not giving them love. I think that's going to help them. It's going to help them because they still don't believe in them. And the team and Pioli's using it saying, wow, we won the title. And they still don't believe in you. I think it's great.
This is what I'm saying.
I think it's great fodder for them.
So. I believe in any other league, coaching is much more of an emphasis to win the Scudetto than any other league.
I agree.
The coaches that we have, especially Pioli's the coach with the players he has, that system, he can get these guys to just do what he needs them to do, and they can win him the league again.
Yeah, he's done a good job.
It's depth, right? And injuries with every team, right? Every league. I think that's what it is. Look at the coaches at the top. We're talking about Mourinho, Allegri, which I can't stand.
But still a top coach.
Pioli, and we got Spalletti for Napoli. They're good coaches, really good coaches.
So I agree, Ross, 100%. To answer Reggie's thing, why maybe we're not giving the champions enough love, I think because the Champions League is a big one. Last year was, you're in the Champions League. I think, by all means, I don't think AC Milan is a front runner to win the Champions League, but a good step would be for them to get out of their group in Champions
Better pot
League.
they have too, Joe, you said?
Yeah, they're in pot one this year as the
pot.
Italian champion, which is great.
Group of death.
Last year was, the group of death with Atletico and Liverpool and Porto, no slouch, right? So I think that should be their goal, in my opinion. Top four, stay in the top four. Maldini said it 2 years ago. We need to finish in the top four for 5, 6, 7 years, right? And if that includes a championship, great. So I think that's why. So in Paolo Maldini, I trust. I think that's what Max is saying in terms of Mourinho. So I want to get to Max's Roma. Ross, TFC though, can they make the playoffs?
Absolutely. They're going to do it tonight. They're going to beat.
They're going to do it
tonight.
Ross,
they're going to beat. Okay. They're going to beat Miami tonight. They're going to push. The only problem I have is the team that's the players on the team that are putting up the goals. We really need a striker because this is hurting them. This is where Altidore really helped us.
It's true.
Having someone put the ball in the net, and I think they're going to push. They have the right mix. Bradley's got them going now, organized. They're playing in the right positions, but it's killing us that we don't have that striker.
Got to get Jimenez back.
Yeah.
To where he was before the guys came, right?
Yeah.
So now I think
his
role's diminished a little bit, right? So
a little bit of confidence down. They got to get him going.
And Ross,
Listen,
before you
man.
go, I want you to know that we'll leave you on this because
Yep.
Vince's opinion, and Max is going to sit down right now with us. Where does Ronaldo end up?
Ronaldo's going back to Sporting Lisbon if he's a smart man.
Ross, okay.
If he's a smart man, because you know what? I don't see any team taking him with that salary
No
and that
chance.
and that and that attitude.
right.
Not a chance.
Yeah,
Vince, what do you got? You
that's
gonna?
it.
Oh, Vince saying he's staying put. Okay,
No
so
way.
there you go. So
No
we got
way.
staying put. When we get Max on, he'll tell
You're right.
us.
I think Sporting will because that's the only
Reggie?
thing.
He has to
They'll make
stay.
the money.
No one can pay him.
Reggie's got him
Exactly.
staying put. I read something that said Borussia Dortmund. Amazing, eh? Wouldn't that
That's
be
what we
something?
heard too, yeah.
Amazing.
Sporting.
Ross is sporting. Max gonna sit down with us. Ross, thank you. And guys,
Thanks, guys. Keep
listen,
up the good work.
thank you,
Thank you.
Ross. And again, come to Soccer Maxx. Come every day. They're all good. Ross is here on Saturday. I mean, people tell you it's an experience. So come in and see him. He'll help you out. And now we got Max. Can we see Max here? Do we see him?
Max, you gotta come over a little
Max,
bit,
man,
buddy.
come on, man. We want to
There
see
you
you.
go.
Over this way.
There we go.
Okay.
The
I'm
Soccer
good.
Max. Max is a beyond a friend of our show, massive supporter. Again, he's always helping us out with stuff. The sign here, he's welcoming us into our store, or into his store, I should say. And we thank you, Max, for everything, because any idea that we have, you support it. You give us ideas. You're always welcoming. So thank you, Max.
Well, you're very welcome. It's my absolute pleasure to have you guys here. I'm thrilled that you do your podcasts here, and believe me, I do follow. And everything that's being discussed today, I'm very attentive because let me put it to you this way: customers who come into my store always want to talk about soccer. It's crazy.
Yeah.
There was a time where, okay, they'd blurt out a headline and it's something they heard or whatever. Now they really get into the nitty gritty. And sometimes you just left, wow, how do I engage this guy? Because he's really wants to talk about soccer. So I find the clientele has really changed in that respect. They really know what's going on, and listening to your show just gives me that little advantage, because I get what you guys are saying, and I really respect it. And listen, again, wonderful to have you back. And of course, I would like to see more appearances for you guys to come in.
Yeah, we got to do this.
That'd be great. So I do want to say that we're having an excellent summer, business wise, and again with your very, very generous shout outs. We're thrilled about that too. And in the soccer world, of course, when you're talking about TFC and the buzz around TFC and everything that's going on there, and then of course the transfer market, which
Still going. Rumors.
Yeah, it's bewildering sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it's enough to make you cry, and then sometimes, wow, where did that come from?
Exactly.
Really exciting. So it's just wonderful to talk, and especially amongst friends and people who really,
that's what it's about,
understand,
right?
Yeah, understand what's going on.
But Max, rumors and excitement. I mean, listen, you're a Roma fan, so excitement probably around amongst, I would say, Reggie, I think even any club in the world, there's been a lot of excitement. Look at the interest that Roma has gotten worldwide attention, I should say, when they welcomed Dybala. Yeah. What a sight. We all saw the stuff on social media, all the clips. It was absolutely incredible. The Roma fans, I don't think a lot of people outside of Italy and unless you're a diehard, understand that they are really diehard fans. They have a special connection to their club.
Yeah, I truly believe that we started seeing that when the fans started coming back after the COVID lockouts and things like that, and the attendance has just sparked, which is great. The new ownership, Mourinho. By the way, Mourinho is going into his second year, and historically, second year is huge for Mourinho.
Second year is huge for Mourinho,
wherever he's been. Yeah.
I love that you say that, because we're going to talk about United. And you know what? That job that he did, how important does it look? How good does it look now, finishing second?
Well, he said that's one of his best accomplishments, coaching, was getting that team second. And I think he won Europa League that year too.
Did. And that's why I say with Max's Roma, who I think is by far easiest take, and I'm sure Vince and Ross will agree, as Max will too. I'm not the first one to say it. Roma could win this league, guys. Roma could win the league. If they go on a streak, I'm saying, hold on. Did anybody pick Milan to win the league at the beginning of last year? At the beginning of the year, you did, Reggie?
Not
Okay, thanks,
necessarily
Reggie.
the same thing, Joe. With all due respect, with all
Okay,
due respect,
they could go on a run,
They
right?
could.
because you have the domestic league, you have the
Of course.
the
But-
European tournaments.
But if they win, if they finish top 4, we know it's a massive improvement.
definitely,
But let's look at the bit of business they did. We
is
talked
that
about
is that the
this.
target though, to finish in the top 4, or is it to win Europa League?
You tell me.
Here's my problem, and this is where I get a little anxious.
You might as well finish top 4.
Because playing in Europa League, they play Thursdays.
Yeah.
They play Thursdays. So, and then you follow up with a Sunday game. Not enough time, especially with the traveling.
There's a squad
more
depth,
traveling.
right? Depth of squad.
Also, even though they improved themselves with the transfer market, they didn't grow their numbers.
Max, we talked about this yesterday. So this
I have
one
a
I thought
problem.
was a good thing.
Yeah.
But then Max has a pretty good take on this. So Max, we
Yeah.
talked about, okay, so let's go with this. How much, and tongue in cheek, how much did they pay for Matic, Max?
Sorry for Matt. 0.
0. How much did they pay for Wijnaldum?
0.
How much did they pay for Dybala?
0.
Where are
This
we
is
going?
looking like
So-
PSG last year.
So this would usually be a good thing, right?
Yeah.
Max has a different opinion.
I see it this way. This transfer market netted Roma 35 million euros, which is a very
They
positive
made
thing.
money, Reg.
But here's my problem. The new ownership was supposed to bring the team to a new level, which it has. Across the full range of everything that is business related to running a soccer team. But however, in the transfer market, you expected that, okay, we didn't realize that there were going to be so many free transfers, but you knew that the Friedkin brothers were there to spend the money and get the players Mourinho really needs.
Oh, that's a
But at
great,
the end of the day, they didn't spend that money.
those are great names. Right? The Freaking Brothers. It's
I
me.
understand,
Sorry, I just.
But they didn't spend that money.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking to myself,
But maybe they're
well,
not done, Max.
where
There's still
12,
not. There's still
13
time.
days left.
There's still time.
well, who's out there really
That's-
that you really
that's-
want?
there
You
you
know what I
go,
mean?
Yeah, but you don't
There you
have to.
go.
I said this to you yesterday. All kidding aside, could be the January window, right? So
But-
I don't know. Roma is a dangerous thing, and I said a full season of Pellegrini might be so. Listen, we get Dybala, Spinazzola coming
Is he
back.
back?
Like,
Is he back?
He's back. So let's Vince is nodding over here too. Like, think about Spinazzola in November, December. When he finally gets back to full go, that's like it's like a Chiesa coming into Juve, right?
Yeah.
So I think, and listen, Gini Wijnaldum has been there, done that, right? Gini Wijnaldum, let's not forget, is a quality player. I think Roma needs then at a second, maybe another striker, Max, maybe a center back.
Yeah, but well, center back. I
Some
know
cover
I know
there,
they
maybe?
talk
Some
a lot
cover?
about it, but I'm really high on Kumbola.
That's a good, yeah.
You know what? He's young. I think he fills the spot. And
A year
and
older,
also,
too?
And also, Cristante has played center back as well. And he could drop back. He hasn't
Yeah.
said no. He's never said no in the past. He could do that. Now,
Canadian roots there, guys. for
if
Cristante.
yeah. So if you want
Yeah.
to put the proper midfield and still use Cristante, you can.
So you're okay then with that, right, Max?
I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
Now, if they go out and get, I don't know who's available, Bailey. I don't know. You hear so many names out there. But anyway, if
Yeah,
they do, if
Bailey.
they don't, it doesn't really matter.
Well, we got a lot of Roma fans. We got Vince and I'll say we have a lot of guys around us, right? Marcello, good one of our friends, big Roma guy, and also Tommy Bianchi, who's been on our show. Reg saw him today, and he's asked, "He still did the show?" I go, "We do," and I said, "You must be excited, big Roma fans." So Roma fans are excited, and you should be.
We are excited.
You should be top 4, Max. Come on, gotta happen. No,
Top 4. I think Mourinho's going for the Europa League. I think
Really?
they got a very good shot at Europa League, and finishing top 4.
tough though, ain't it, the
yes,
Europa League,
I-
because you got to
Also-
look at who drops out of the Champions League. It's a I think that top 4 might be that their avenue. They got the point is they got to get in the Champions League, right? That's the
Mourinho's
thing.
all about trophies. So,
He is.
given that
He
he's all
is.
about
Got
trophies,
Conference
I figure,
League. Did you guys win a conference?
That's right.
Yeah, what a conference?
Hey,
yeah,
it's a
that's
European
That's
trophy.
a novel
trophy.
concept.
It's a
Conference League.
trophy.
So Max, you're saying more Champions League? More Europa League than he would be.
I think the focus is Europa League.
Well,
I'll
Max
be
made a
honest
good
with you.
point because of the Thursday game and maybe lack
The
of.
Thursday game is
Squad
too
depth.
difficult to bounce back from and play on a Sunday or even Monday. But anyway, but that's fine. But overall, I'm very excited, and I'm also excited. And I promise, I vow to be your field reporter when I
Wow.
go to Roma
Oh,
to
that's
watch
right.
Roma play Juventus on
Wow.
March 5th
Wow.
at Olympic Stadium. I will be there.
So
I will be there.
that's amazing. So as
Ross.
Vince and Ross are looking for a plane ticket, maybe an invite, but that's amazing. That's great.
I
Wow.
want to be there with the 65,000 fans singing the
Oh,
Roma
that's
national
great.
anthem.
Yeah,
So-
we're gonna need some footage, and that's amazing. And then that's a big battle, Juve Roma. Man.
I want to see if Roma's for real, which they are, but I also want to see if Juve is good enough to finish second,
Hopefully.
which is a distinct possibility. But I'm kind of disappointed, Reggie. You did not hold his feet to the fire and ask him his prediction for next week's game, Roma Juventus.
Roma Juve.
Ross, what do you say, Ross?
I'm gonna go say it's gonna be a tie.
Oh,
Vince, no, I know
0-0.
Vince is gonna go. It's gonna be Juve win.
I think 1-1.
Oh yeah,
2-0.
Vince
Well,
is
you're
like
playing-
enough's
You're
enough.
playing at home, so
He's gonna be asking Allegri if he's allowed to play. See, no, you gotta go to Mourinho.
yeah. But anyway, listen. I appreciate you coming. I want to congratulate AC Milan, Arsenal. You're off to a
Fire
great
of a
start.
start.
You're on fire. The jerseys are wonderful, whether it's the home, the away, or the third.
They're
Wonderful.
literally flying
I was
out of here.
I was
so-
watching the game this morning. I said, "Wow, they look really good."
Yeah, a
And
lot of
not
people
only
said that,
tactically
Ross.
or technically, but
Yeah.
you know their uniforms are
Well,
fantastic. I really
Guys,
love
I always say this: the show is a good show, I think, because you guys make it a good show. But a happy Reggie makes for a better show. So there,
there you go.
Actually, not always. Actually, not always. Sometimes I'm mad. Reggie could be really good. So too. I mean, I'm neurotic and crazy about AC Milan. I won the championship. I didn't start celebrating until the 78th minute of the
That was
last
the
game.
last
so
game of the season. That's
I'm
right.
sorry, 76th minute, Ross. So there you go. So, but anyway, we all have our ways. As me and Ross have watched hundreds of games together with the Italian national team, so he knows all about that. But yeah, so Max, thank you.
Where you guys gonna watch this year's World Cup?
That was a good one. I like what Reggie said. Where we're gonna watch this year's World Cup. What we're gonna do, Reggie?
Doesn't matter because it's going to a South American team.
Yeah. So I'm
Oh,
predicting
so it's
Argentina's
fixed-
gonna win the
it's
World
fixed
Cup.
already.
No.
Why?
No, he's not saying it's fixed.
Yeah, I think Ross
So-
is playing law of averages.
there you go.
Law of averages.
I'm
right?
saying I
Eventually
think
it's gotta be
Messi
a
will win the
South
World
American.
Cup, but
Oh, stop.
I'm gonna say, Reggie said what we'll do. Well, we're gonna be first of all, we're cheering for Canada, right? So there we go. We're gonna cheer for Canada. But on those days that we have off, Reggie, where I usually watch an Italy game, what I'm just gonna do is he knows what's happening. I'm gonna pop in a little DVD, old school, Reggie, 2006, and relive history because
2022
thank
right
God,
now.
we have history.
Is that
And there it
the
is.
is that the steel briefcase full of money? World
That's
Cup?
it. Yeah. No, 2006.
Okay.
That's right. So we're gonna cheer for Canada. We'll cheer for Canada. Hopefully, we're gonna get our Canada.
We don't like
predictions of the
sand in
World
our
Cup.
shoes.
Oh yeah, is that it? Didn't like the hotels. Didn't want to go.
That's
right?
it.
That's
So
it?
we're gonna get the Canadian, I'd say fan forum
Yeah.
going. We're
Yeah.
gonna cheer for Canada, but
I
Whoa.
tell
We're-
everybody
listen.
that, and everybody looks at me like I'm crazy. They will get.
We're
they
gonna-
will get a result.
we're
They
gonna
will
say
get a
yeah,
result
I'm
from
with
Belgium.
Vince here too.
I'm telling you.
We are gonna. Hey, listen. My
I'm
prediction
telling
will
you.
not come. My prediction will not. I didn't say no. My prediction will not come until 2 weeks before the World Cup when we do a little preview show here. So there you go. We're gonna do it here, Max. So you have my word. We'll do a
okay.
preview show here. We can't, Reggie, you're giving stuff away already, so we can't do that. Again, TFC Max, you said jerseys are just gone?
Jerseys are out. They're sold out, which is a good thing. Not necessarily, but it is a good thing.
Does TFC make the playoffs, Max?
They'll make the playoffs. They'll go deep into the playoffs. Yeah, they will. Absolutely.
Okay. Go. Max says not only make it, they'll go deep.
They'll go
I
deep.
have a feeling if they just get in, if they just sneak in, obviously we know if they get in, they could be very dangerous. But they got to make up those points. Starting with tonight, got to be Inter Miami, right?
Gotta
So
beat them.
gotta
they're
beat
ahead
them.
of them, right? Inter Miami's ahead of
They
them.
are, yeah. So they need to win this one.
Yeah, it's a key game tonight for sure. Anything less than a tie is not good, but a win is
They have
definitely
to win.
possible.
At this point in the season, it has to be wins. It can't
Yeah, it
be
has to be
draws.
wins,
It
yeah.
has to be wins.
Well, they're both on winning streaks, I think.
They are.
TFC is on
Unbeaten
5
streaks,
and Inter
yeah.
Miami's on 4. Yeah. So,
We're gonna leave it with two things here. So we talked a little bit about the Ronaldo saga, but that's intertwined with Manchester United. Is there any way out, Manchester United? What a debacle this is. If you're Eric Ten Hag, are you going, what did I get myself into? Thoughts, Reggie? Oh, so let's go with Max first. Then we'll get Max,
yeah,
what do you think?
I just want to
Go ahead,
throw
Max.
out this one thought, but how unfair is it for a new coach to have to deal with this problem, which should have been foreseen?
And
He
who's
signed the contract.
are we saying now? Let's say this is that I agree, Max. Is the problem you're talking about, you're alluding to Manchester United in general or Cristiano Ronaldo?
No, I think it's the Manchester United ownership that has really come under the
Yeah, I agree.
magnifying glass right now for a lot of things they have not done. So anyway, but you guys carry on. I appreciate. I gotta go back.
Max
but,
got to actually work, guys. So there you go.
Yeah.
So thanks, Max,
Thank
for
you, Max.
having us. Like we said, well, these guys kind of got, they jumped the gun a bit, but it's good. It's excitement. We will be our World Cup preview and stuff. We're going to try to have it here at Max's at Soccer Maxx and Maple. We'll have predictions. We'll have, hopefully have, some people out here giving the Canadian love, and we'll get our predictions. But Max, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And,
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so
be very
much.
soon.
Yeah.
Thank you, Max.
All right. Good luck with the show.
Thank you. Reg, Manchester United. Quickly, we're going to go with the United, and then we're going to get to another team with a bit of trouble in paradise, if you will.
Well, it just shows how much of a good season Arsenal had last year. I'm going to bring everything back to Arsenal because
Apparently you are.
we're really fantastic this
But
season.
Vince is chomping at the bit here, but yeah.
Their season start is mirroring Arsenal's season start last year. No goals, bottom of the table, no wins, crappy team. Arteta was able to turn it around, almost got top 4. So,
I think that is the same, but I think that
but that's what I'm going to say. They're not going to get relegated. They're not going to be
they're not going to get relegated.
But they won't. Europa Conference League might be more of their speed. 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th, or in and around there. That's what I think.
I just think with any club, like I think Arsenal's allowed to do what they're doing now because they had to go through all that. You got to sort out your back room. You got to sort out your administration. You got to sort out that stuff.
But you can't have Ten Hag just come in. You have to give him time.
No, Reggie, that's what I'm saying. I don't blame Ten Hag. I'm talking about.
I know you don't.
Yeah, and I'm saying that I think is a good signing. That's a good manager to have. But the problems lie, I'm not the first one to say it, with everything else with the ownership and beyond. The belief isn't there, obviously. I'm not saying anything new.
It's the players. I know everyone says the ownership. I get it.
No, but I'm saying it's the culture. Like there's a belief. Like these players are good players on paper. Yeah. Sometimes it's just like you got to be in a different environment.
All of them.
You got to be somewhere else. I mean, they bring in Casemiro. That's the position they need to start with. I mean, they can start with so many. That's a good way to start.
That's the wrong guy.
I don't know if it's the wrong guy, but I'm saying that the type of, what he represents is a good thing for them, right? What he represents. There's a ton of issues wrong with Manchester United. We're not going to get into everything else. Here's my question. You kind of answered it for you, though. Can they turn around? Can they get to even sniffing the top 6?
Nope.
Reggie says no.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't see who's going to come in and score for them, because no goals up until now.
Yeah.
I don't know who is going to defend. They brought in $65 million Lisandro Martinez. I did not know he was that short. He's not gonna win anything in the back. And you have the guy he plays beside too, Harry Maguire. It's an issue. It's an issue.
I think Ten Hag brings in
with Varane on the bench. I don't get it, but
I don't understand that.
Anyway,
I don't understand that. I think he looks a frustrated man, Ten Hag. Does he need time? Absolutely.
Yeah, but these guys bring it on themselves. Like I said, he signed the contract.
Okay, so we'll leave it at this. Let's ask this question then. Let's ask this question.
Yeah.
That's it. Oh, they're closed. You closed? Sorry, you're closed. They're closed. Closed. Sorry, we got customers coming in. We don't know. So for me, I would say better question. Does Ten Hag, if he keeps losing, does he make it?
If he keeps losing, does he make it? I think so. I think they're actually going to give him time. It's whether he wants to stay in that nonsense. Depending what they do with Ronaldo, depending what they do with their defense. De Gea, I don't know. He looks.
So what I'm saying is, does he make it? Does he make it? Does Ten Hag just have this whole year that says, okay, it's for you, or is it like, nah, he's going to be gone?
If he leaves, it's his choice. That's what I think. So I think he stays whether they finish 8th, 9th, 10th. I don't think the club's going to let him go or sack him.
This might be an unpopular take. Maybe it is. I think he's like, what did I get myself into?
Of course now he is. Of course he is. He has to be.
So that's what I think.
You would think the team was better. You're going to a team with Ronaldo. He's going to be a game changer. He doesn't want to be there. He wants to leave. You're looking at Rashford, a young player, English national team. He's going to score goals.
What he's done, of course, in the Champions League with Ajax. I'm not saying that, but he needs total buy-in. Right? He needs total buy-in. He's a big. I'm not saying he's a small name, but he's not the name of these other top tier managers. Is he a top quality manager? No doubt. I think there's a problem with Ronaldo too. It's like Ronaldo's like, what am I doing here? I want to be in the Champions League. He said, I want to be in Champions League. My only issue is this. It's an anchor with Ronaldo. Same thing he did with Juventus. Is that tell me you're out before so that we can move on. He's hanging on. What is he hanging on? This should have been settled far, before the season has gotten here, started. And now, what do you do? So I think that adds to the Ten Hag, crisis. So I don't know.
We've spoken about it earlier when Ross was on. No one can afford him.
No one wants that salary.
I mean,
he's been saying
he's not going anywhere.
He's been said no to by I don't know how many people, right? Because of the salary. I think the salary.
Atletico, no.
Yeah. Inter, no. AC Milan, no. PSG, no.
And they have
Bayern Munich.
They have the money to take him, but
there was something I heard that said he might go back to Juventus, but again, they can't afford the salary either. So, Reggie. So we're here. We've talked a lot, about a lot of things here.
Yeah.
What about one more saga? So we're gonna end it on 3 letters both. Before we get to TFC, what about what's happening at PSG?
Good on them. Good for them. They got Mbappe. He's seeming to be an egomaniac. Good for them. They deserve it.
So you're like, you know what? This is what you signed up for, bringing all these guys in.
That's it.
This is going to happen.
That's it.
Yeah, PSG is, Mbappe. What are we doing? What do you think? Who's wrong in that situation?
It's gonna
talking about the PK situation, right? Who takes the PK? Who does that? What's happening?
I see it at TFC. I saw it at TFC, actually.
But who do you side with at PSG here on this one?
Yeah,
Cavani.
Yeah. I don't know. Strikers want to score. Maybe he wants to, see the ball hit the back of the net. I don't know, but
my take is this: with Max and I talked about this yesterday.
You can see it both sides. So
we said this last year with PSG. So your PSG, you compile this massive trio, then you bring in Sergio Ramos. Okay, he was hurt. You have to win the Champions League. So nothing has changed. Yes, the stuff with Mbappe. Yes, there's ego. You got to put that all aside. You have to win the Champions League. Because if you win the Champions League, people say, yeah, so what? You're supposed to do it. If you don't, you're still a flop. They have to put all that aside. Neymar, Messi, Mbappe, it doesn't matter. You got to win the Champions League. You got to win the Champions League. They've sorted out. They've said that they're going to pick Donnarumma, I guess. I think Navas might be going to Napoli. That's the latest we're hearing, right? So there's no more goalkeeper controversy.
Still rating Donnarumma?
That's not my point. I'm good with. I'm okay. I don't know. I'm looking at Ross going. I'm good with what AC Milan has with Mike Maignan. So, but what I'm saying is that they've decided they're going to go with Donnarumma, right? Not me, them, right? And Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe. You got to win. You got to win the Champions League because
how important is it to those? Well, 2 of those 3 guys to win the Champions League that they've won before.
I think Neymar needs to win it as being more of a leader on it. I think Messi's going to go back to Barcelona, so it's like for me it doesn't matter. But eventually
we should speak about Barcelona too. Like, how are they getting away with what they're doing?
I don't know. Like every other team is financial fair play getting destroyed, and there's Barca just lining up 4 or 5 guys, but
not paying players.
Vince is in finance and stuff. Maybe he can help them with maybe he's helping with creative accounting.
That's it, buddy.
So okay, we will get into Barca next time. But for me, like I said, the PSG thing, if you rewound this tape and you go back to last year, nothing has changed. They got to win Champions League to even, solve this a little bit. Because other than that, what did you do this for? I mean, obviously for marketing stuff, but, to win that. TFC, Reggie, can they make the playoffs What are your odds, and what do you think of that?
They can make the playoffs, of course, but again, we said it: no draws and no losses. You have to win out.
They drew last time out, right?
Yeah, they did.
Wednesday night.
Those are games you need to win, especially at home.
That was the one that hurt a bit. Great goal by Crescito. Great goal, we
Fantastic,
said.
but look what we had. Look what you have to score in order to tie the game. Right?
Absolutely. So they're in trouble that way. I think they're going to make it. I think they have too much quality. I think they're on a really good run. They got to win this game tonight. So it's nice to have
wins. That's it.
Got to win.
You can't draw anymore.
Got to win.
And then hope that this team does that and that team does this. You have to win.
Yeah. Nice to see that buzz. We'll end on a Canadian note. First of all, last year we were a big part of the So Is Max. This year, because of the rescheduling and so on, the Jody Forno Foot Golf Foundation tournament just happened last week. It was a great event. Vaughan Soccer Club and all those involved. Soccer Maxx and Football Weekly podcast had teams in there. Unfortunately, because of the postponement, they still had an event the week later or 2 weeks later, but we'll be back part of that next year. It was a great event, amazing stuff. So kudos to everybody involved in that. That was great. Again, Soccer Maxx and Football Weekly, always big supporters of that event. So that's awesome. The Canadiana angle, we always on Football Weekly, we give you that. We try. A few years ago, way back when, and when we were doing a show in a different place and all that stuff, and in Reggie's basement and so on, we talked about Kamal Miller, Alistair Johnson, Dane St. Clair said, watch out for them. They keep going. These guys keep going. They keep doing things. We had the MLS All-Star game where Kamal started and Dane was the MVP of that. Alistair scoring a goal the other week. These guys are still going. So we're going to be continuing that. We're going to be hoping, we're going to fingers crossed, hopefully as the World Cup comes, we're going to do our best to get these guys back on the show. So we won't promise, but I think we're going to be able to secure that. So look for that. And again, look for us telling you about young Canadian talent before, maybe anyone else. And I think we pride ourselves on that.
Maybe, Joe. It's not maybe.
It's a certainty. We do. So we'll be telling you about some players to watch. Making their mark in NCAA. We talked about Alistair Johnston and what he did in the collegiate ranks at Wake Forest and St. John's. We were following him there. Hey, his brother, Malcolm Johnston, starting his season at Maryland with another Canadian, Stephen Capetti, right? And some other players. Those are more. I know there's more, and people are going to say, hey, what about this guy? What about that guy? There are a ton more, but that's just how we started off.
Lots of time to
That's
talk
right.
about them.
Malcolm and Steph doing their thing at Maryland, and we're going to talk about more Canadian players doing their thing. Reggie, we talked a lot.
We did.
We had a lot of guests.
We did.
Good guys.
They are.
Soccer Maxx, a
Some
great
of
place. Some of them. Vince, that was for Vince.
That's for Vince.
Yeah. But thank you to everybody.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Max. Thank you, Ross. Thank you, Vince.
Thanks for showing up.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Reginald.
So, guys, like I've mentioned earlier in the beginning of the podcast, we are now on Twitch. We are still on YouTube, still on Instagram. Should we give them the handles? They know by now.
They're at Football Weekly Pod is the
on
Twitter,
screen, exactly.
right? It's right there at Football _ Weekly _ podcast. I'm just reading.
On Instagram, Football Weekly Pod on Twitter, the Football Weekly Podcast on YouTube and Twitch. That's it, Joe. It is a lot.
It's a lot.
And there's more. And we didn't even touch on some of the things. I want to get into Barcelona.
La Liga, Bundesliga, and so on. But we will. Champions League draw is coming up soon. So we got a ton to talk about there. The transfer window, Reggie's favorite season, right? Transfer rumor season and so on like that. But we got more.
I got to talk about my Atletico Madrid.
His Atletico Madrid.
Ross mentioned Morata. He looks really good.
I can't believe a Simeone coach team. Look, well, you know what? I heard, Reggie, this week that Mikel Arteta is going to be doing something special at training. He's going to be implementing Reggie? He's going to be looking at some old stuff from his mentors. I didn't say who.
Guys, thanks for watching our podcast. If you're watching live, thank you very much. We'll end on that note, and we'll catch you next week. Gotta throw it in there.